Craig, aka Gigawatts here. I was going to show you the NVRC slipper eliminator for the four-wheel drive Slash. If you haven't been into your four-wheel drive Slash before to check out the slipper, all you do is pop these two screws here in the back of the chassis. Flip it over and you do the two on the bottom. And you pull your rear end apart. This is the slipper eliminator. But when you pull yours out, you'll have your slipper clutch on here. But then to put it back in, once you've changed it out, you got to make sure that the drive shaft is aligned and the bearing is aligned, and then the spur gear should just pop back in there, and you just slide the rear end together. Watch on the rear end that the little tongue on the bottom of the chassis gets into the right spot. And then you just simply put the bolts back in it. Make sure you got your torque settings set on your electric drill so that you don't over torque these into this plastic. So a friend of mine's truck, I was putting this slipper clutch in for him. He already has stripped out one of his chassis holes. But let's talk a little bit about this slipper eliminator. The slipper eliminator will cause a lot more stress to your entire drivetrain. He's got a Mamba Monster in this thing, which means he's going to start blowing drive shafts pretty quickly. The slipper is put there to get rid of some of the torque from the motor and to let the clutch slip a little bit, depending on how much you want it to slip. The looser it is, the more it slips, the less stress you put on your drive shafts. But on the other hand, with your slipper slipping, you're not putting power to the ground efficiently. So there's a trade-off on how tight you want your slipper. With this, you've eliminated the slipper altogether. So there is no lag in the amount of power put from the motor to the drive shafts and into the wheels, to the hexes. You're going to be blowing transmissions. You're going to, if you're really hard on your, really heavy on your throttle, and you just pound it every time you take off, you're going to have a lot more wear and tear on your drive shafts and your, all the drivetrain by putting a slipper eliminator in. But there are uses for it. If you're going to play tug of war, if you're doing some kind of truck pull competition, or tough truck, the slipper is going to let you have all the power you want. In my case, I use the slipper eliminator. I play around in water, I hydroplane. Once the slipper gets wet, it slips easier. So you can't put power to the ground efficiently because your slipper's slipping. And if you're out in the middle of a pond and your slipper starts slipping, you're screwed, your truck's going down. So I use the eliminator in all my hydroplane trucks just to guarantee that when the slipper gets wet, it doesn't slip. So it's a give and take situation. If you like the video, subscribe, and I'll be putting out more crazy videos in the future. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll also put the link to the NVRC slipper eliminator in the description also. Thanks for watching.